Welcome back to the Stadium of Light. Sunderland have won by 3-2, and it was all going to plan up until half-time, Danny, and then Shrewsbury came out the blocks second half, got a couple of goals,
yep.
And it was the late show once again for Sunderland.
It was a nervy second half, wasn't it? I just think it came from that last 10 minutes of the first half where we came away from it. They came into the game, had a couple of opportunities, warning signs for us, and we said at half-time, don't we? We need to come out, we need to get going again here. The game's not dead. Yes, we're 2-0 up, but there's 45 minutes to go.
Yep.
And they carried on as they left off the first half. We were slow to come out the changing rooms, and they got back into the game. And we looked nervy. You could feel it again in the stadium, as you would do, 30-odd thousand, going from a comfortable position to getting pegged back to 2-2. And then panic stations set in. We knew at half-time that the results were going against us elsewhere. But the credit I give to the boys for that last 20 minutes or so. Alex Neil makes the changes, and we got back on top, and we forced them back again. And then eventually we come up with the goods.
I think one of the most important changes was the first one with Corey Evans, because we just didn't have a grip in that midfield, and once Corey came on, we sort of solidified us a little bit more, didn't
it was strange really where we came away from where we were at in that first half, where I just felt we moved the ball quicker, 1 and 2 touch, moving them around the pitch when they're set in their shape, deep around the box. You've got to move the ball quicker. And then we didn't get going doing that second half really, and as you say there, we looked down, Corey Evans was getting stripped off, they get the second goal I think. And then they come on, and we did take the game back then. We got hold of the game again, and we needed to. They obviously made changes as well. On the counter-attack, did they look a threat? Not really, because they were forced back. Balls were coming up to Bowman, but we regained possession.
Yep.
But we were just saying, are we going to be good enough to break them down? And we had a couple of half chances. We'll obviously have a look at the highlights and see. Ross Stewart hits the crossbar, one or two others. You're thinking the game's gone again.
Let's start looking back at the highlights then, Danny, because you're speaking about the moments there in the game, the vital moments, and it was a brilliant start from Sunderland.
Yeah, great start. I thought we started bright. We said we needed to at home in recent weeks, where teams have come and sat deep, and we've not really got out of first, second gear really. Today we did. We win that free kick there at edge of the box. Nathan Broadhead steps up, catches it quite well, but it's straight into the wall. Cannons off them, comes out to Embleton on his left foot.
He's already got goal of the season, but I think that one might have beat it.
Yeah, for me that one does. All about technique. What's he, 20 yards out, and you sort of strike them in training. Going through your exercises after training, bag of balls, perhaps 4 maybe come off out of those, but catches it really well, and it flies past the keeper before he knows it. You see it there, and you see from Elliot's reaction what it means to him. I think a bit of frustration not being in the team, but he's contributing when he's come off the bench, earned his start today, and he gets us on our way, doesn't he? And I thought we were bright. 20 minutes, we get that goal, and we don't sit it out. We kept. See there, we got movement off the ball. Lads coming and join in. Elliot comes over to this right-hand side, just squares it out to Sirkin. Sirkin's stepped in from that left centre half position, gets the strike away. Yes, I think keeper can do better, but there's Nathan again. He's that fox in the box character. He wants to get goals. He's happy to be back out there. He's been frustrated with his injuries, but just keep your eye on him there now. Look at his reaction there, following in, switched off. Defenders are going the other way.
Back.
He's following it in, catches it well, and that's 2-0. And at this time, we're probably thinking the same. It's 14 minutes on the clock. We're 2-0 up, and you're thinking this could be one of those 5-0 jobs, what we've seen in the season. But I think we allow teams back into the game too easy, and that's what's happened. Yeah, you see here now we're getting opportunities. Lyndon Gooch with this one. But we'll see there in a minute. Their opportunities they get. We're switching off. Look at it now. Look at the shape of us. They've got 3 players running towards our goal. We're all running back wrong side. Fortunately, he's offside there. We'll see another 1 or 2 half chance. We'll say certainly half chances. There's better than that. This one here now. Another day. He opens his body up. He's looking to. He just doesn't get that curl on it. He's looking to bring it back. Fortunately for us, it goes past the far post. And then this one here, header. Right on half time, just up and over the top of the crossbar. So you could feel it in the ground as well. And you see, I said Alex Neil down below on the touchline. He's animated down there. His arms are waving around. He's not happy. And then we get into the second half, and they carried on again. Look, it's a little bit off the ball. That should have been a free kick off the ball. But regardless of that, we're not.
Just walks onto it.
We're not switched on. We're wrong side. Josh Vellett, he's the wrong side of our midfielders. Steps onto it, gets them back into the game 2-1. And you're thinking now. I said their tails are up here now. Just see there, look, we don't sense the danger. He just steps onto it. It's not as if he shows a burst of pace and he gets wrong side. He just walks onto it and slots it away. And there's the equaliser now, corner, outswinger. We don't get the first one. I think Matete gets the block, and as Anthony Patterson dives to try and get the save in. You see it back now. It's Pennington with the first header. And that, as it drops there, I think Luke O'Nine's caught slightly on his heels.
Flanagan, doesn't he?
Flanagan steps onto it and he catches it quite well. Patterson gets a glove on it, but the power does him. And then we're thinking, oh no, not again, surely. But credit to the boys, as I said there. I thought we came back strong after that. It woke us up and it needed to.
But he made another couple of changes, didn't he? Put on Patrick Roberts.
Patrick Roberts came on that far side, trying to get into the game. And then Nathan Broadhead just came alive as well in that last 10 minutes or so. He's dragged us through it, really, didn't he? Jack Clark as well, trying to get on the ball. A couple of times went past his man. See here now, just starting to get a few openings, but haven't really worked the keeper at this stage. Jack Clark again, skips inside. Ball there, this is why we had 2 or 3 there. The keeper there parries that one, doesn't really sit for Broadhead.
Crossbar there from
Chest
Stewart.
volley for Stewart. This one, difficult one for Luke O'Nine. He knows it's dropping out the sky, can't get the power on it. So panic stations for Shrewsbury, but not real clear cut for us, was it really? No. I think Ross, obviously Cannon's one off the crossbar. This one here, Dennis Sirkin, actually catches this quite well, Dennis, because it's under his feet and gets good purchase on the shot. But they're all sort of half chances. This one's Broadhead here now coming into the box, isn't it? Yeah, that's the one there. The keeper scrambling to his right-hand side. I don't think Ross really gets the contact on it he's looking for. There's a little bit of a block on it. And here now we've really forced them back. Luke there just trying to fire the ball across. Pierre come off the bench, makes a good block. And then is this the goal now as it comes out to this left-hand side? We work it across the pitch. Look how deep they are now. They're leggy. They've got bodies in there. They think they've probably done the job. And to be fair, when he crosses that in, Jack Clark, we're right behind it on the gantry, and I thought, oh, it's too much on it. Looks like the keeper's coming to pluck it out, and I think the keeper thinks that as well. But he's got good spring, Nathan Broadhead. He's not the biggest. I don't think is he not even 6 foot. I don't think. But just look at his desire now and his leap. It's almost past him as well, and he has to really stretch. Just gets a flick on it. Little bit off the keeper, I think, off the keeper's shoulder, back of the net. Huge sigh of relief in the Stadium of Light, and a massive 3 points again.
Okay then, I wonder if we can have a look at the latest scores, the final scores this afternoon. Accrington Stanley 0, Burton Albion 0, Charlton 2, Morecambe 3, Cheltenham Town 2, Gillingham 2, Crewe 3, AFC Wimbledon 1, Doncaster Rovers 1, Bolton Wanderers 2, Fleetwood Town 2, Oxford United 3, Portsmouth 3, Lincoln City 2, Wickham 2, Plymouth Argyle 0. So Sunderland really did need to get those 3 points.
Some goals there, a few 3-2s. Was that 4 3-2s? Yeah, and as you say there, bottom one there, Wickham, massive result for Wickham. I think everyone's been saying Plymouth looked like the home and dry really, but if we go there and get a result on Monday, drags them back into that pack with ourselves, Sheffield Wednesday, and obviously Oxford as well, picking up again. So
let's have a look at the table then, Danny.
It's tightened up.
Here it comes. Sunderland 6th, having played 42 on 76 points. Just looking below, that's where the danger is, isn't it? Sheffield Wednesday, they've got a game in hand.
Yeah, game tomorrow, MK Dons, isn't it? Away, I think. So, yeah, massive game for them now. And it's one of them as well where you play tomorrow, they've looked at that and they'll go, oh, no, we've won and Wickham have won as well. So it's pressure back on Sheffield Wednesday now tomorrow in a big game.
Wickham have played a game more than Sunderland.
Yeah.
Go ahead of them on goal difference.
So, yeah, and you look at Plymouth and say all of a sudden...
You could study that all night, couldn't you?
Yeah, you're just looking, and Plymouth will be looking over their shoulders again all of a sudden, where I think they were perhaps 3 points off nailing down a playoff place. Oxford, yeah, good result for them. Have they got a little bit much to do? I'm not sure. I think they need to win the remaining 3 games, but it's tight still, isn't it? So, a lot of football to be played in a short space of time.
Big 3 points for Sunderland. Just looking at the teams above them have got the games in hand on them. So if they were to win that game in hand, puts them in a good position. 4 games to go though, Danny. Big game on Monday.
Monday, yeah. Got to tick them off, haven't we? It's a massive game, and from Plymouth's point of view, disappointment for them, but they're back at home. A really good team at home. I think it's difficult for most teams. It's an absolute trek to get down there, isn't it? And they've got to look to get back to winning ways. So it's a big game for us going down there.
Let's have a look at the remaining fixtures for Sunderland this season. We've got a game on Monday, as we said. That's not an SFC Live on Monday. We will be back though for the game at home to Cambridge. Then it's that rearranged fixture between ourselves and Rotherham.
Yeah. Well, that's a big one, Rotherham
and
as well,
winning
isn't it?
this afternoon.
Yeah, for them as well, digging themselves out of it down at the bottom of the table, scoring goals at 3-2, wasn't it? But Rotherham, yeah, they've the wheels have come off all of a sudden at Rotherham, so they've got to get back on track. I think they've got Ipswich tomorrow, so it's a big game for them. Not an easy one. Ipswich have been going well under McKenna since he came in there. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking at them, I'd say, would you go down to Plymouth and take a point? I'm not saying that's our aim to go down there. You want to go down there and try and win the game, but if you get a point down there and maybe 3 at home to Cambridge, that's another 4 on the board. And you're looking at those last couple. It's all ifs and buts, isn't it? But, we go back to Alex Neil, game at a time. We've chalked another one off today.
11 now?
I think so, isn't it? Yeah, MK Dons, wasn't it?
Yep.
Here at the Stadium of Light. So, no, boys have been going well. Keep leaving it late, but we're winning games of football, so you can't argue with that.
Yeah,
no.
Let's have a look at your thoughts now as we have a look at how your hashtags and hashtag Ask Danny. First one was from Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. Can we put the game against Plymouth to bed early, please? As exciting as a late winner is, my celebrations have woken the family up at 4 a.m. 3 games in a row here in New Zealand. Thanks for watching, Jimmy, on the other side of the world. Just shows once again how vast and wide our supporters are represented around the world here on SAFC Live. Yeah, it's the late show. Yeah,
well, early show for Jimmy, isn't it? But no, he's right. And I think, listen, it'd be lovely to go down there. I don't think that's going to be the case. It'd be nice if we can get 2-3 goals like we have today and put the game to bed as he worded it there. But no, it'll be a difficult game going down to Plymouth. I'd say their record at home is excellent, I think, and be tough to go down there. But confidence again from the boys, knowing that we've got goals in us. Yes, we keep leaving it late in recent weeks, but you look at the players we had on the pitch at the end of the game.
I always find Sunderland in League One, though, Danny, it's always the games that you're not expecting it. Sunderland always surprised. Look at Wigan only a month or so ago.
Yeah.
Look at the time we went down to Portsmouth and we won 2-0 and played them off the park. Remember, that was a similar time in the season.
Yeah,
it was.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's always the big games, and Sunderland tend to get up for them.
Yeah, and I think that Plymouth won't sit back, will they? I think it'll be an open game. We expected it last week at Oxford, although that was a scrappy game. I don't think either team took control of it last week. But Plymouth, they know they've got to come out. They want to try and win the game, and I think that suits us as well. There'll be gaps there for us for sliding balls into Ross, whoever else plays in and around him. Whether Nathan's up there again, Patrick Roberts, Jack Clark, Embleton. We've got all these types of players who, when the pitch opens up and there's space there, they can find a pass.
Okay, let's move on to the next one then. Hashtag Ask Danny here on SFC Live. This one's from Mac, our friend over in Poland. It's great to watch Sunderland dominate from the start of the game. Elliot Hamilton scored a world-class goal. Jack Clark looks like a young Aidan McGeady. His style of play is impressive.
Yeah, what he says, we did dominate from the start of the game, but we didn't dominate for long enough in the game, did we? I said there, I think they had sort of 10 minutes at the end of that first half where they had a couple of chances, and then the first 15 minutes where they got the 2 goals. So that's, 25 minutes in the game.
Yeah.
I don't think Alex Neil will like to see that again so much, especially when we get ourselves in front, come back to that, manage the game better than what we did. And we got away from that, and it got nervy in the stadium again. Elliot Hamilton, he's mentioned there, the goal, great strike. Yeah, he's right, a world-class strike. If it's I think in there, a type of goal like Zidane, obviously that was on the volley back at Hampden Park, Champions League final a few years back, but that sort of technique where it's, it's up there, it's that side sort of action on the ball, laces, and those type of ones you hit in training, sometimes they blaze them over the bar, you stub it into the ground, but he catches it out the screws and it flies past the keeper.
You see that one from Marseille during the week? I can't remember what he's called. He's played for West Ham. Caught it just sweet. It was on the half volley, that one.
No, I did actually. Yeah, I did see that.
Good.
Yeah.
But anyway, Embleton's was good this afternoon.
Was it Payet? Payet, that's right, yeah.
Let's move on to the next one then, please, here on hashtag Ask Danny. This one's from Chris, who always gets in touch. Thanks, Chris. Do you think we were guilty of being a little naive today and thinking the job was done once we went 2-0 up?
Possibly. I think it's always easy to throw that in once the game's finished. I think, 2-0 up, and I said it there, managed the game better. It was easy for us in that first 20 minutes. The lads at the back had that much time and space, and then just individual errors crept in. A couple of balls from this right-hand side getting switched behind players, or it went out on the far side, out of play, and you could hear a few groans coming into the ground and from the fans, and they just want the standards to be tidier and to manage the game better than what we did, and that just invites Shrewsbury back into the game. It gets them up the pitch a little bit, and then they had sort of 1 or 2 set plays.
How many shots do you think Sunderland had this afternoon?
Well, we had this the other week where it said we had 25, but I'm thinking back, I couldn't remember that. I would say today, how many shots did we have? I wouldn't have said more than 15.
18 shots, 7 of them on target this afternoon.
Yep.
69% possession. Quite low on the corner count, only 4 corners this afternoon. It's quite low for us.
Yeah, it was, yeah. But no, and I just going back to the previous tweet there where somebody mentioned Jack Clark.
Yep.
I think Jack's had a mixed reviews recently in the last couple of weeks, really, and people saying about him going on the outside. And I said it as well today, and he did. Second half.
Well, you called it in commentary. You said, "Look at that! It's a brilliantly stood up ball with his left foot."
Yeah, with his left foot. Yeah, he went past his man, stood a ball up, and that's what he's just. I say it there when I've played at fullback as well in the past. And sometimes if you've got a winger and, if I've got I played left back, but if I've got a left footer on my side, I know he wants to come in the pitch. But as soon as he knocks it past you on the outside and he shows you that he can go that way as well, it puts that doubt in your mind. And I think that's what Jack needs to do. He might lose it. What's he going to do? Put it out for a throw-in or put it out for a corner?
Yeah.
Just knock it past him and have a look. And he's seen it there. You can use his left foot. We're not asking him to bend one in from 25 yards. It's just a little clip ball to the far post or pull it back for somebody. And you've got to show sometimes you can go both ways. But you go back to the winning goal, and people have criticised in recent weeks, and I've sort of defended it in a way because people say, why are we playing wingers on their opposite side to their strongest foot? Well, look at the goal. Hamilton previous week, coming in on his left foot, bent it in. Today, Jack Clark on this left-hand side with his right foot, chops inside and bends a nice ball in there. Nathan Broadhead bang gets us the winner, so it does work. So it's nice to see wingers going on the outside. At the same time, you can see why they play on the opposite side, and they can put balls into the box as well.
Okay, let's move on to another one then here on #AskDanny, post-game programme here on SFC Live. This one's from John, who says, "My God, I don't know how many last-minute goals I can take, but keep them coming. Danny, obviously, it's great at the moment getting last-minute goals, but do you think it could cost us in the final games of the season? Because we need to start seeing games out." Well, there's a couple of points there from John's tweet. We kind of tried to avoid it by getting those early goals today.
Yeah.
And you think, we're in for a nice afternoon here.
Yep.
But then it didn't go to plan in the second half, and we had to do the late show once again.
Well, there was Ole's after, 18 minutes? Then I said, usually it's like 10 minutes to go when you hear them, and exactly as he's saying, it'd be nice 2-3-0, but 10 minutes to go. Then the Ole's came out, but it was almost like it was too easy in that first 15-20 minutes where we had that much time and space to knock it around, and it's just a little bit of complacency comes into play. And I say there, I'm sure that's what Alex Neil will be saying to him on what we are now. I was going to say Monday morning, which throws with the game's Friday. Tomorrow morning we'll go with Saturday morning. Tomorrow when they're back in, they'll probably look at the game and they'll say, lads, we've got to tidy up because that almost cost us today, where we got loose and sloppy on the ball, allowed them back into the game. And he's on about seeing games out there. In recent weeks, we haven't had time to see the game out because we've won the game and then the whistle's gone a few minutes later. But I know what he's saying. It'd be nice.
What will Alex Neil be thinking? He'll be annoyed about that second half, won't he?
I think so. He'll be annoyed about the last 10-15 minutes of the first half, and then the next 10-15. So that sort of 25 minutes, 30 minutes of the game, where it's almost cost us. We had what did you say? 69% possession and 60 odd minutes of the game. Yeah. But that's irrelevant. We knew we would have more of the ball today. Shrewsbury would come up here and sit a little bit deeper. Yep. And it's almost that could have cost us another 2 points today, that performance for being sloppy for half an hour of the game, but it hasn't. And he's right there. It'd be nice for us to put games to bed earlier where we can relax, enjoy the game, and the crowd haven't got to bite their nails for 10-15 minutes or so.
We just do it with 5-0. That's what we've done in the past.
Yeah, but that's football. Football's not won on paper, and I know the fans do it. And we look at the fixtures and we try to break it down. And everyone would have said, "Oh, today Shrewsbury at home. Yeah, they've had some good results, but we're obviously favourites to go and win the game." It'll be the same when Cambridge come up here next week. Yep. We're obviously favourites, but they've got an upset in them. Of course. They've got a result in them as well. So we've got to switch on, do our jobs. Obviously, we've got a big game before that down at Plymouth on Monday. Come back with at least a point there. Before today, I would have said 4 points out of these two games. I'd have taken it, and I still say that now. I'm not saying we go down to Plymouth and sit back and try and come back with a point.
But you're saying a point wouldn't be the worst.
It wouldn't be the end of the world. I don't think. No. Take a point there. Then can we come and get 3 against? That's how you sort of look at the fixtures and the results. And then obviously Morecambe away, you'd fancy 3. That's how you look at it.
That Morecambe battling for the lives and winning for the last couple of games as well.
They've scored 3. Stockton, as he got himself another goal, he's probably top of the pile as Ross hasn't scored today, so he's doing great for them, isn't he? So
absolutely.
But we've got the result done and we keep chalking them off.
Last one here on #AskDanny. This one is from our friend, I think it's David Spencer, who gets in touch from Malaysia, who said, some outstanding performances today. Sirkin was good. Young Jack, top class. Who was your man of the match today, Danny?
Good question. A few individual performances. I thought Matete was good at times, breaking play, doing the dirty side of the game, really. You'd think, well, we had a lot of the ball, but he kept regaining it. It was coming back out, and he's in there just to pick the ball up and to get us going again. I thought he'd done that well first half. Elliot as well. goal aside, I said it there, he scored a great goal, but he was neat and tidy in that first 25-30 minutes of the game.
Broadhead's got the headlines.
Broadhead again, yeah. He comes alive, you know. It's at times when he's not really involved in the game, and then all of a sudden, bang! As soon as it's in that final third, he's sharp. You know, I think his brain, I'm saying because he's been at Everton, because he's training with Premiership players, but he's just sharper in his brain, I think, at this level. And you'll see it. I think he'll certainly go and play Championship and above. Just his brain in that final third, his movement as well, it's excellent. And he scores all types of goals as well. You know, headers, he's got sharp feet. We've seen his goal down at Cambridge, great strike on his left foot. The little flick, was it, might have been Cheltenham, or it was one of them 5-0 games, I think, was it? So he's got all different types of goals in his locker. He was certainly up there today. I thought Luke O'Nien as well put a shift in. It's hard to single anybody out as having, for me, an outstanding game. At times, players played well, and at times we looked nervy on the ball. But as a collective, I give him a 6.5, 7 out of 10 for the overall over the 90 minutes of the game. Yeah,
it'd be interesting to hear Alex Neil's thoughts on the game, and you can see that as soon as it's ready on Sunderland social media channels, so keep an eye out for that one. That's it for us for today. We are not back on Monday because that game has been selected for Sky Television over here in the United Kingdom. But me and Danny will be returning back here on the gantry at the Stadium of Light on Saturday the 23rd against Cambridge. So we haven't got too long to wait for that one, Danny. Okay then, that's it for us from the Stadium of Light. Sunderland came through a test in the second half to win 3-2 against Shrewsbury Town. Have a nice Easter, everyone, and we'll see you soon.